Our verse for the day comes from Esther chapter 4, and it's really at part of the key turning point in the story, and it reflects the courage of Esther, this remarkable young woman who, again, as I said in my sermon, was probably just a teenager. And in Esther 4, verse 16, she says to Mordecai, "Go gather all the Jews to be found in Susa, and hold a fast on my behalf, and neither eat nor drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my maids will also fast as you do. After that, I will go to the king, though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." A few things that are revealed in this verse that I think are significant. First of all, throughout the Bible, we see numerous instances in times of crisis, whether that crisis is personal or in a family or national, when prayer and fasting is the response. When my mother's parents had their first child, who would be my Aunt Nancy, when she was born, her legs were not the same length, and they were told that she would never walk normally. And my grandparents fasted and prayed, and my grandmother massaged and worked with my aunt's little legs when she was a baby and an infant. And thanks to that combination of fasting and prayer and the physical work they did, she actually walked fine. In Esther, we see an example of a fast which is as extreme as possible. It is not only abstaining from food, but abstaining from drink. And so to go 3 days and 3 nights without even anything to drink is really puts the body at an extreme position. So this tells you this is truly a matter of life and death. And again, just to refresh your memory about the story, nobody could appear before the king without his permission, and to come without an invitation was punishable by death, because in that culture and in those times, right, kings got assassinated all the time. And so anyone who came who wasn't invited, that person could be a threat. They could be a potential assassin, and that's why, boom, they would be killed before they could get near to the king. So that's why it was so dangerous for Esther to approach uninvited, and why this desire to have her community fast and pray. You know, we are living in challenging times. I think we all would acknowledge that. And perhaps one of the things we need to consider as individual Christians, or even as a church and even nationally, is a little more time of prayer and fasting, of repenting as well, and asking God to heal our land. Thank God for the courage of young Esther and of her maids and her people who fasted and prayed with her and gave her the courage to go forward and speak.